I don't know why I insist on coming on camera looking like this every time. I just wanted to come in here and intro this video. Welcome to our first little renovation DIY vlog. This is going to be a before and after of our kitchen. So I will show you guys a before picture of what it looked like prior to this morning. Because over the course of this video, it's about to get a lot different. I'm gonna walk you through the plans of what we have going on for this kitchen. So we don't have the cash for a full kitchen remodel. So we're doing basically a partial one. Basically let me just start from the beginning. We moved into this house thinking the first renovation we were gonna do was gonna be on our floors on the first floor and the floors in the kitchen. Now, once we moved in, we realized our oven doesn't work, and then they came in to fix it just by repairing it, and then it blew up. So they were like, don't use this oven, you need a new oven. So our home warranty, which thank God we had that, like buy a home warranty when you're buying a home, because you never know, they might say that certain appliances work and then they don't, just like they did for us, and then your home warranty will cover it. And they've honestly, we have Cinch home warranty, and it's like literally been a lifesaver. But anyway, that's like a little bit of a tangent, like a little bit of home ownership advice. They were like, okay, either we could just replace the wall oven, or we can send you a check and you can get whatever model you want, or you can use the money to like buy a different type of stove, whatever. But in that case, it's not covered. So this new stove won't be covered under our home warranty, so that's like something to consider. But this is the best option that we have for our house, because in the picture you guys saw, we had our wall oven all the way to the left and then a stovetop all the way to the right. Underneath the stovetop was just cabinets, because it wasn't like a full oven where it's like stove and then oven right underneath it. It was like wall oven separate and then stovetop all the way to the right. What we ultimately wanted to do years from now, when we were ready for a kitchen remodel, was take out the wall oven and make that countertops and cabinets so that we have more countertop space. And then where the stovetop is, we were gonna make that the oven, which has the cooktop as well as the oven attached. Like a normal, when you think of an oven, that. And then we were going to get new cabinets and new countertops, and like the floors would already be redone. So we were really gonna do like a full remodel. And then our oven exploded. They said we needed a new oven now, otherwise, or we just wouldn't have an oven because the old one could not be repaired anymore at this point. They said like, yeah, this is probably original to the house, which the house was built in like 1967 or 68. When talking with the appliance repair people, the plumber, and my stepdad, we all came to the conclusion that it would just make more sense for us to do kind of like a partial remodel now, kind of DIY it a little bit, like safely. I'm just gonna go downstairs in the kitchen and show you guys what we're gonna do. So this is what our kitchen looks like right now. And then obviously this is the island, and then this is another part of our kitchen. So I'm gonna set you guys up behind me. Where this hole in the counter was is where our stovetop was. Today, we had the plumber take this out, and the gas line connection over here was old, and it like stuck out from the wall, and what you needed to be is like kind of in the wall. So he had to put in a new connection and like a new hookup over here, so that when we cut this countertop. So what we're gonna do this Sunday with my stepdad is he's going to cut this countertop right between these two drawers, so like right here, and then we're gonna gut this all out, and then we're gonna have a normal stove with the stovetop and oven attached installed right in here, and it's gonna go flush against the wall. And yeah, so that's what they came to do. And then this is where the wall oven was. As you can see, there's literally nothing there now. Our plan is to just have the counter continue going this way, and then just like cut all of this out, and then obviously like paint paint the background. Like we're gonna cut this out and then just have that there, and then this will just be like counter space the way that like this is just counter space. But this will come in a lot of handy because look at how much we have, like no counter space right here. Like our drying rack is already like basically in our sink. Basically the only thing we're not doing is getting new cabinets. What we're doing instead is painting our cabinets either this dark blue. We're gonna change all of the like handles and knobs. So we're either gonna do it this dark blue, or Zach has been wanting to do like a blue gray color, but I worry it's too blue, but it doesn't even look blue on camera. What the plumber came and did today was close off this gas line and take our oven out and put in a new connection over here so that we could have a modern stove oven over here. But the other thing is these beautiful countertops that we have. I don't even know what these are, what they're considered, but basically it's like wood with like a thick plastic thing on it, and it's peeling off. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but I have a piece of tape right here keeping it flat. This was also on these sides, but these peeled off right before we moved it, right during our closing inspection. Not during the inspection, but during closing. Let me show you. There was a lot of tape like that on the counters when we came to see the house, and like Zach and I are first-time homeowners. We're completely ignorant, okay? We trusted our inspector to give us the real tea on the house. Apparently, don't trust your inspector because they're just gonna do what they can to sell the house for, so that your realtor gets their commission. It's a whole scheme. I would love to talk about it one day, so if you want to hear more about that, let me know. Anyway, so because the countertops are like plasticky wood vibe going on and we have no countertop to go over there, we're gonna get new countertops. So at some point this week or next week, we want to get a few quotes from like Home Depot, Lowe's, and then maybe like an independent store or something like that to see like how much it would cost. We want like a lighter granite. So today we're gonna go and buy the stove so that gets delivered early next week. But as far as the countertops, that's probably not gonna get done until the new year. I rambled so much in the intro of this video. This might as well just be its own video. It's not. I'm probably just gonna cut out a lot of what I said. As far as the island, which is newer, this was put in probably around the 90s. The granite still looks really good. The actual cabinets and everything still are like pretty good. So what we're thinking of doing is painting this bottom part like white, and then so that because our cabinets are gonna either be dark blue or light blue, so they're gonna be like a color. And we want to modernize this a little bit, so we're gonna probably do this some kind of white and then replace these like knobs and stuff to match what we end up getting over here, which we don't know what we're gonna do for that yet. Probably some kind of like stainless brushed look. And we're most likely, unless they're running some crazy deal where we can afford it, gonna leave this countertop as it is and have two different types of countertop, because this is a nice countertop, but it's not what we want for the entire kitchen. Like this is very gray based and we want something more like white and creamy. That's my long ass intro for this video. I can't wait to see what it looks like after. I can't wait to see when this all ends up being done. Quick update. It's 3:25. My stepdad's been here since like 11, I want to say. And of course, with any house renovation, there were surprises. I will show you guys what it looks like right now, but of course there were surprises and like some things that we didn't expect that we're gonna have to deal with. I'll show you guys later. Like I'll give you the full tour of like what happened and like what the plan is. I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like right now, and then I'll go over like what we're doing. Babe, do you need to be wearing shoes?
No, I think it's alright. Like, I feel like we should get like a piece of plywood.
Okay, you're gonna hear banging in the background, maybe a little bit of ambiance music from this Yule log. I can't control that, but I look like a wet dog right now because I just came from a walk with Daisy and it was pouring rain and I didn't realize, and that's the story. But anyway, I don't even know where to start. So my stepdad comes in and he starts taking out the counter. I'm gonna just say it in fast terms. It took him he was here from like 11 a.m. to like 5 p.m. I want to say 4:35. So he was here like basically like almost a full work day on his day off, and he was doing manual labor, so I feel so bad about that, but like what would we do without him? Shout out to him. He cut the countertop after some time and was cleaning it up and making holes, and then he had to, you know, we had to run out and get some things from Home Depot, like sheetrock, because there was a hole in the wall and that would be a fire hazard with the oven, even though the plumber was like, oh, this is fine, you don't have to like close this off. And Rich was like, no, you're gonna close it off. So anyway, our countertop, our lovely, I don't even know what kind of countertop that is, but our peeling countertop that I showed you guys in the very beginning of this video that we eventually wanted to get redone is connected to a backsplash that is the exact same material as the countertop. I guess this was a design choice back in the 60s, because that's when this house was built and that's when this kitchen was last touched. In order to take out the counters, you have to take off the backsplash. When you take off the backsplash, of course you have to like, there's gonna be glue attached, and we're gonna have to do some scraping and then spackling and then sanding and then paint over it. But that's what we expected, whatever. It's gonna be a little messy in the beginning. We start to so there was like an exhaust fan put into the wall, and you have to take that off in order to take off the backsplash, and then he was just gonna put it back on. He takes that white cover off, which I will show you guys a clip of what that looked like. And behind it was literally just the wall. Like that cover didn't lead to, right away, didn't lead to a fan. So it was like that white cover that looked like a vent. And then behind it was a circular like little cutout that was literally just wall. That was literally just that backsplash with a circle cut. So that backsplash had been cut open, put on there, and then like caulked and like secured somehow onto back in place. So that like weird vent thing, when you opened that, it didn't lead to anything. I don't know why they put that cover there. So then, okay, my stepdad had to take the backsplash off, so he had to remove that. But behind that was more wood cut out in a shape. Finally was able to rip that off, and then it was an old exhaust fan that was still hardwired and active and live. Old, gross, grimy. That was something we didn't expect. So then he's like, all right, you guys gotta get an electrician out to take this out, to, you know, get rid of it. We don't really need an exhaust fan there, so we don't need to put one in. Also, because there wasn't one, and we have two windows right next to that area, so if anything were ever burning or anything, we could just open those windows. He starts taking the rest of the backsplash off, surrounding this little circular cutout, which I will try to show you guys what that looks like now. There are little tiny tiles behind that backsplash. So they just kind of put the tiles behind the backsplash. At some point, they had the tiles there, and they put in this beautiful countertop, I'm being sarcastic, that connects to a different backsplash that connected to that same backsplash we thought we were taking off. We thought we were taking that backsplash off, and then it would just be drywall behind it, and then we'd be able to like spackle it to like, you know, sand it to make it look nice, and then just paint over it, prime and then paint over it. But now we have little tiny tiles that is what Zach is doing right now, is he's removing it. So he's going with a hammer and like a scraper and getting it all off. The plan basically completely changes. Zach is getting all that tile off. That is exposed right now. We're not taking the rest of the countertops off, obviously, until we're ready to get the new granite countertops. The only reason we had to get rid of that one section of countertop and cabinet was because our stove is getting delivered tomorrow, so we needed somewhere to put that. Eventually, there's going to be more tile to take off, and Lord knows what other surprises when we take that countertop and the backsplash off. Now we're still leaving the cabinets over behind underneath those, but that's going to be part of our project down the line as well. But it's just, even the simple things that you think will just be simple are not simple. It could have been worse. We could have found something crazier. Maybe we will find something crazier once we continue this process. But as of now, basically our quick fix until we can get an electrician out is we're gonna spackle where we can. Obviously we can't do anything about that gaping hole where the fan is, but since that, we can't leave that uncovered because there's a fan behind it and that fan is just connected to the outside and it's the winter time. We're putting duct tape on it to seal it off, and then we're gonna put contact paper behind, not behind the oven, but like in that backsplash area to make it look as nice as we can for right now. Kind of just like literally like a band-aid, and it's not gonna look nice, and you guys will see what it looks like. That's the plan for that section right now. It actually looks so nice. It looks so nice. Okay, we gotta get all the plastic off. We have an oven! We almost didn't! Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna dwell on that, but had to be a little bit of a Karen to get them to do their jobs. I didn't really close out this video because I thought I was gonna make it like one long video, but I decided that this just has to go up in parts because so much has to happen and there's a few unknowns in our life right now. We wanna take a little pause on spending so much money. We're hoping to be able to pick it up again soon. Next steps, which you guys will all see in part 2. Well, I don't know if you'll see all of it, but basically our new plan of attack is my stepdad is gonna come out, and that section where the wall oven is, right behind me, we have it covered in wrapping paper to make it look better for like the holiday seasons. When we had people over, it wasn't just like a gaping hole. But that is coming down soon. It's literally just a gaping hole. Basically, he's gonna come, and apparently this whole part where the wall oven was comes out like separately, and I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna show you guys. Behind this is literally just the gaping hole from before, but we put like wrapping paper on it. It started to like fall because I had to get a few things from behind there because we have like some random like utensils and stuff in just like sitting there. But anyway, see how this is like not flush with the other cabinets? Like there's like it like goes out more. So what my stepdad is gonna do is he's gonna take this whole thing out, okay? And then he's gonna cut it so that this this wood and like these counters are flush against this. So it's just like all one depth. And then that way so that the counter can continue going this way and it'll be like flush with this. And then another thing he's doing is he's gonna put in like shelves. Now they're not gonna have doors, but it's gonna be like from here, once this is flush against where the other cabinets are, because he's gonna put them back, from here to like here, the same like height as where these end, is gonna be a shelf. And we could either just have it be an open shelf and put like cute things there, or just like storage, or we can put little baskets, or even a little curtain to like open and close. This one will probably be open, we'll see. But down here, this is all just open and gaping. So all this down here is gonna be shelving. From the countertop below is gonna be shelving, and we'll probably most likely have like a curtain going across this. So I'm gonna try to find like maybe Pinterest or like Google images pictures to put in right now of kind of what those shelves will look like and what the curtain situation will look like. But yeah, so this will be flush against that. This cabinet will remain. This will all be gone still. And then eventually when we replace these and get new countertops, this will continue, and then this will also be a countertop. After my stepdad comes and does all that stuff to the cabinets by the wall oven, eventually he's gonna come back and he's gonna help us rip up the sink and the countertops and that weird backsplash. And then chances are there's gonna be more of that ugly tile behind there. And we're gonna clean all of this up. He's gonna also help us clean that up. Basically, how he explained it to us is when you get new countertops, they rip up the old ones and then they do like a 3D like laser drawing of like your whole kitchen in order to get like measurements and stuff. So when we have the people come out and take measurements, the countertops, I believe the countertops have to be gone But since we're like 90% sure we're not gonna replace the island countertop, at least for right now. Maybe a year from now or a couple years from now, we'll have it match. But for right now, we're just gonna leave this because we can't just literally not have countertops, because when they come in and do like the 3D thing and we don't have countertops or a sink because we have to take the sink out in order for them to put in the new countertops, my stepdad's guess was would probably be without a kitchen sink or countertops for, could be anywhere from like 2 weeks to a month. This whole kitchen remodel has to get done and be finished by the time the baby's born. Because once the baby's born, any kind of big project we are not going to feel like working on. So all of the painting that we want to get done in the house, this kitchen remodel, any improvements we want to do, it has to happen before the baby's done, because it probably won't resume again until at least the fall, because it's just going to be all about the baby and we're going to be spending all our money on the baby. So, but before the new countertops are in, somewhere between us ripping out the old countertops and putting in the new ones, 2 to 4 week period that we just don't have countertops or kitchen sink, somewhere in that 2 to 4 weeks, we're gonna paint the cabinets that dark blue color we talked about. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen in the next couple videos. I wanted it to just be one long video because I thought it would take like a month to do all of this, but it is turning into like a 2 to 3 month project. Of course it is. I just want it to be nice. I'm so tired of all the delays and like complications. Like even painting, oh my God, there's so many complications. We are gonna start painting the walls and like fixing all of that. That was a very long-winded explanation. I thought it was gonna be like a quick 2-minute explanation, and I honestly might cut it down, but I hope I was able to explain our next steps a little better than they were explained in this video, or not explained. So yeah, this is probably just gonna be a 3-part series of our kitchen remodel, but I'm hoping, oh my gosh, I'm really hoping it's done by my birthday. Say a prayer for me and Zach. Like legitimately say a prayer that this stuff gets done, because I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit, and I try to do as much as I can to like help with like all these projects, but there's certain things pregnant women can't do, and I'm also exhausted. I really hope I can get part 2 of this video up shortly, because then that would mean that the renovation has continued to progress. So if you see like another renovation video, like not too long after this one, like things are going well. The joys of being a homeowner.